Welcome to my channel. I'm so excited that you are here with me today. We are going to work on a vision board 2.0 for 2020. So as you can see on this giant wall behind me, I have gotten rid of the poster board limitations for my vision for 2020, and I have just gone totally rogue, and I've taped up pictures all over my wall. I am a really visual learner, so for me, having beautiful images, things that really do bring me joy and make me feel excited and giddy and ignite my sense of wonder, when I see these images on a daily basis, they bring up those feelings. So it's easy for me to write down a list of things that I want to manifest this year, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. That's something that I've always done. But for me, when I kind of let myself run wild in this creative experience, this collage experience, it really makes it clear to me what some of my goals are, what some of my visions are for my life. And it's just fun and it makes me feel good. And since this is my workspace, I love the fact that I get to see this every single day when I'm sitting down. So I thought that this was a really good time of year to start working on a vision board, or vision wall, if you will. And honestly, I think a lot of us toss away this last seven or 6 weeks of the year and just sort of say, oh, it's done, forget it. But the reality is we still have a solid amount of time to start gaining momentum. I think it's a really cool idea to think of December, November, that time as your runway. So what do you have to do to prepare yourself to really start acting to achieve your goals? What can you do on a daily basis now to get really crystal clear on what it is that you want in 2020? So many of us make these very big, grand goals of very specific things that we want in January, and it's almost like a baby part of us doesn't believe that they're actually achievable, or at least that is for me. I don't want to speak to your experience, but for me, I'll make these huge, epic, beautiful lists of things that I want to accomplish month by month by month, and then I put that calendar away and I don't necessarily look at it until a couple of months later. So I'm reading a book right now called The 12-Week Year, which I'll grab it. I'm just starting it. This is talking, it's basically busting that, and it's saying, you know, you need to be on top of your game every day and on a weekly basis, and you need accountability on a much shorter term. So instead of looking at a yearly annual plan, you need to come up with a 12-week plan. And so I've really been adapting that mindset. How can I live that version of myself that I want to be a year from now? How can I be her today? What can I do today to further those goals? So a lot of times you might say, oh, I'll do that tomorrow, or I'll do it next week. I'll start my fitness journey after Thanksgiving or after Christmas or New Year's or whatever that day is for you. And then once that deadline comes, there's something else. I wanted to sort of take this time in November to think about the high level, beautiful, wonderful, whimsical dreams that I have, and to get really crystal clear on the type of feelings that I want. So if you look at my board, and I'll show you some clips of this, you see there's lots of pictures of dogs on here. I have a lot of different images of just happy people, of women who are working out and sweating, and I really want to adopt a dog. And I have a lot of images of the beach because I am in South Florida and being near the water is really important to me. You can see up here it says she's got game, and just different images that to me are artistic and just are expressing a feeling of yes energetically, a feeling of I'm excited for life, because 2020 for me, I want to feel really rejuvenated and excited and on top of my game. So it's more action images to inspire action in me, and to images that show strength. I'm gonna just sort of walk you through a little bit of what I do to make something like this. These tips could still apply even if you are doing a smaller vision board. The first thing that I do is I obviously go through my magazines and find images that speak to me. This does not have to make sense at this point. It doesn't have to, in fact, I think it shouldn't make sense. Just images that make you feel giddy or happy, or when you look at them, you're like, yes. If you just have that yes feeling in your body, I tear it out. It doesn't really matter what the image is, it's more the feeling. And then I just have a huge pile at the end. I usually like to go through, health and wellness sort of magazines. I found a magazine called In Her Studio, I believe, and it was just tons and tons of stories about creative women and their studio spaces, which was so beautiful and so inspiring. So I cut out tons of images from there. And so once I have that collection, that pile, I cut them out. And then when I'm ready to lay them out, I put the biggest images down first, and sort of the images that I want to see every day, I put right here. These are things I want to see every single day. And that's not to say the images on the farther sides of my wall aren't important to me, but I just knew that the ones that resonated the most were going to be in places where I could easily see them. Whereas the smaller writings and things like that, I went in later and just layered them on and sort of accentuated the wall with those. So this did take me obviously quite a bit of time. I did not do this all in one sitting. It was several sittings, and it does require some patience. I do recommend doing this with some Christmas music on, having some coffee, getting comfortable, and really using this time to get into a creative headspace to sort of imagine if anything is possible, and it is, what would you like to see manifest? So I want to use this time as my running head start so that I can go into 2020 really strong and feel really confident about where I'm going and not hazy. And a lot of times on New Year's Eve, I think about the year prior, like we all do. We think about the things that we've accomplished and the things we've lost and the things we've gained. And some of you, if you're anything like me, you're like, wow, I wish I had done this and I didn't get this done. Let's be in a place in 2020, at this time 2020, where we're like, wow, I crushed it this year and I surpassed what I wanted. So everything that I thought I wanted, things were better. And this isn't just tangible. This is, like I say, when I make this wall, yes, there are tangible objects and things that I want, of course, on this wall, but a lot of it is the feeling. So how would it feel to live this life that is above and beyond anything I can imagine right now? I really encourage you to sort of spend the next couple of days, the next week or so before Thanksgiving, really getting clear on what your big goals are for 2020. And then we're going to set some more tangible action items to get there. So stay tuned. I'm going to report back as I finish this book. I'll be working on reading this too over the next week. So I really hope, like 12 weeks from now is the end of January. So you can make really big changes in a really short time. And I believe that having a clear vision, getting in touch with our excitement about the future is really important. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and leave a comment below about how you're planning to crush your goals in 2020. I really want to know. So I will talk to you very soon, my friends. Until next time. Bye, guys.